I'm Mayoral Caruso. It's Wednesday, May 20th. Today, a daring drug bust.
The organization exerted significant influence over the distribution of illicit drugs across Manitoba and other provinces.
Police just made the largest drug bust in our province's history. We'll tell you how many millions were recovered. Also today, time's up.
We might stop changing our time, but which way should we go?
Why the province is asking you to help determine whether to end daylight saving time. Plus, creating hope.
And so what we wanted to do was create a beautiful space. Art is healing.
How Canadian artists are helping transform hospital rooms. More than $37 million worth of drugs are off the streets tonight. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Winnipeg police have just made the largest drug bust in our province's history. Standing by live with all the details is CTV's John Hendricks. John, this is a lot of drugs. How many people were involved?
33 people were arrested, Mayoral, and collectively they have been charged with 174 criminal offenses related to drug trafficking, proceeds of crime, and conspiracy. Now, the interprovincial investigation, dubbed Project Puma, started back in March of 2024. Police learned large quantities of cocaine, meth, and fentanyl were being imported into Winnipeg. The drugs were then distributed throughout the province and into northwest Ontario. Police say the investigation focused on several trafficking cells that were all operating under a single umbrella organization.
Throughout the course of the investigation, officers identified a core network of individuals with international connections to the upper echelons of organized crime groups in Canada, including the Hells Angels, Wolfpack Alliance, and Mexican cartels. The organization exerted significant influence over the distribution of illicit drugs across Manitoba and other provinces.
Police say the drugs came from the United States through commercial transport vehicles and were warehoused primarily in Alberta and Ontario before coming here. Project Puma wrapped up in March. Now, during the investigation, police seized 339 kilograms of meth, 175 keys of cocaine, and more than 11 kilograms of fentanyl. They also seized 14 guns, more than 1.3 million illegal cigarettes, and over $800,000 in cash. 29 of the 33 people arrested are from Manitoba. 3 others are from Ontario and 1 was from Alberta. Investigators say 7 people have already pled guilty and received sentences ranging from 3 to 16 years in prison.
How will this bust impact the overall drug trade, John?
You know, that remains to be seen, Mayoral, but police say the drug trade is a catalyst for many other areas of crime, including homicides, gun violence, and exploitation. And the effects extends to burdens on health care, social services, and justice systems.
All right, thanks for this, John. If you have a strong opinion on daylight saving time, the province wants to hear from you. It's launching a survey to help determine whether to end the practice of changing clocks twice a year.
The times, they are a-changing here in Manitoba, and we might stop changing our time. But which way should we go?
The survey asks whether Manitobans want to have a year-round standard time, daylight time, or just simply stick with the current system. Currently, the time moves 1 hour forward to daylight saving time in March and 1 hour back in November to standard time. Last month, the Premier said Manitoba is potentially eyeing the end of seasonal time changes. The move would bring Manitoba in line with other prairie provinces. The survey also includes a report on the health impacts of the time change. That survey can be filled out online at engagemb.ca. A past mayoral candidate is tossing his hat in the ring once more.
I've waited 4 years for this moment. No.
Don Woodstock officially registered this morning as a candidate in Winnipeg's mayor's race. He's a familiar face on the civic campaign trail, having run for mayor previously in 2018 and 2022. Woodstock is campaigning on 8 main issues, including safety, homelessness, and Winnipeg transit. And he says he's the right person to fix transit because he's the only candidate with experience as a bus operator.
It's an easy thing to talk. Very easy to talk about what you're going to do for transit, but unless you know based on actual experience. Everything that you're saying is literally amount to nonsense.
5 others have registered as mayoral candidates. The deadline to do so is September 22nd. Election day is Wednesday, October 28th. Manitoba Trade is going global. The province is placing a regional trade representative in India. The purpose is to diversify trading partners and expand market access internationally. The province says the representative will provide market intelligence, build business connections, and attract investment opportunities. The move is based on Manitoba's economic development strategy, which was announced last year. It focuses on building a competitive economy and reducing over-reliance on the U.S. market. Canadian artists are helping transform patient rooms at HSC Children's Hospital.
And so what we wanted to do was create a beautiful space. Art is healing.
In January, Children's Hospital Foundation put out a call for artists to create nature-themed art pieces for CK5, the Childhood Cancer, Blood Disorders and Transplant Ward. It's all part of an art project to help young patients, many who spend significant periods of time in the ward receiving care, help them feel more comfortable in the space. The ward currently is under renovation, and staffers realized it was a unique opportunity to do something special. Now, out of the 165 artist submissions, 20 have officially been selected. Some of the names include Annie Beach, Arnold Stastuk, and Ashlyn Anderson-Williams.
So what we did was really do a Manitoba theme. We have 70 inpatient rooms, and we're starting with the top floor. So this represents largely northern Manitoba. We also have children that come from Nunavut and northwestern Ontario. And so this is going to also just be a home away from home for some of those families.
The selected artists represent diverse cultural backgrounds, including Indigenous, BIPOC, disability communities, and 2S LGBTQ+. The hospital hopes to have the art up by the end of September. All right, let's bring in Catherine Dow now and get a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. And it looks pretty nice out there, Catherine.
It's deceiving, Mayoral.
Oh, no.
You know what? There's a lot of good news in the forecast to tell you about, and even some developments today have made me a lot more optimistic. We've been warning you about this short wave, this low pressure system that's pushing in. You can see it there as we pull out, too. You can see, if my clicker would play ball here. There we go. You can see just how large it is. It's been brewing over Saskatchewan, and with it, a good likelihood of some rainfall and thunderstorm activity for the south. However, it's likely not going to be sticking around as long as we once thought, meaning that we have some very sunny and very warm above seasonal. That's something I haven't said in a while. Temperatures to look forward to on the other side of this. So later on the newscast, I'll have details on just how long the rain is expected to last and just how warm we are going to be getting and when. But right now, let's take a look outside, shall we, through the CTV Live Eye. It's looking decently cloudy out there. There's been a few pockets of sunshine. Winds as well have been slightly treacherous out of the south-southwest at 18 kilometers per hour, gusting at times to 31. Barometric pressure is falling this hour. The humidity sitting at 31%.
The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution.
And our first check on traffic brings us to Portage Avenue. Cloudy drive. Not terribly busy, though. That's the good news. Traffic looks to be decent in terms of volumes and moving along at a good pace.
Why the World Health Organization is raising the alarm about the Ebola outbreak. Those details next. Taking a look at the markets today, crude oil lost nearly $6 after the U.S. president said a deal could be near the end to the war in Iran. The loonie rose 72.72 cents U.S. Gold futures added $24. The TSX jumped 420 points. The Dow Jones and Nasdaq gained 645 and 399 points, respectively. There's a new plan for a historic building in Brandon.
They're pretty monumental in the Brandon scene.
Blackbird Housing has purchased the Mackenzie Seeds building along with its neighbor for $3.25 million. The plan is to create 130 residential units, each with sensors to detect falls and heart rate monitors, along with healthcare support services and common space intended for seniors. The $20 million project is a partnership between Blackbird and several technology companies, which are developing systems to help with the construction, including laser scanning.
What they do is create like a digital twin of the buildings to within millimeters of accuracy. So from there, we can, check the structural integrity of the building. That'll help with engineering reports.
Blackbird's president says the building has already been gutted during past projects that fell through, so much of the artifacts from Mackenzie Seeds are already gone. The exception is a spiral staircase to the clock and a concrete seed bin on the 7th floor, which is too difficult to remove. While there's no timeline for completion yet, Blackbird hopes to begin construction on the project by the end of the year. The federal government has issued a travel advisory for Canadians after the World Health Organization raised the alarm about the spread of a rare, incurable strain of Ebola.
I'm deeply concerned about the scale and the speed of the epidemic. In the absence of a vaccine, there are many other measures countries, of course, can take to stop the spread of this virus and save lives, even without medical countermeasures.
The virus has led to more than 500 suspected cases, including 130 deaths. Canadians are being asked to avoid traveling to the epicenter, the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, where an outbreak was declared days ago. It's since spread to Uganda. Canada has no specific health measures in place within the country at the moment. Public Health Canada is monitoring the situation and says it will evaluate the risk with respect to the upcoming FIFA World Cup. Canada is set to spend just over $1 billion to host the FIFA World Cup. The Parliamentary Budget Officer says it includes money from all levels of government. The feds, though, are contributing $473 million, which is in line, we're told, with what previous host countries spent. The total averages out to $82 million per game for the 6 matches played in Toronto and the 7 games in Vancouver. The Canadian team plays its first match Friday, June 12th, hosting Bosnia at Toronto Stadium. Well, here's something you don't hear every day. A 70-year-old driver intentionally drove a Tesla Cybertruck into a lake in Texas. Police say it was a botched attempt to test out the electric vehicle's wade mode off-road feature, which is strictly meant for shallow creeks or rivers, not deep lakes like this one. The driver was arrested and charged. How this classic song is making a surprising comeback. All the danceable details after the break. Dow is back now for Spotlight, and Princess Auto Stadium is gearing up to host Canada Day celebrations once again.
That's right. The Winnipeg Football Club is hosting its 3rd annual Canada Day celebrations on July 1st. Now things kick off at noon in the tailgate area with live music, cultural performances, and tons of family-friendly activities. And that's not all. There's a concert happening inside the stadium starting at 5, with headliners Down with Webster and Chad Brownlee, along with local favorites Don Amaro and Mise en Scène. And the whole night caps off with fireworks. All Canada Day celebrations at Princess Auto Stadium are free, but you will need a ticket to get into the main stage show. You can get those free passes through the Blue Bombers website.
40 years later, the Transformers are making a comeback.
Yeah, so the original was released in 1986, and to celebrate the 40th anniversary, the classic is headed back to theaters.
Okay. Well, the dust was really thick.
Hey, Cup, don't you think we have better things to do now than tell old stories?
The iconic animated film will return on September 17th, which is Transformers Day, and this time it'll be available in 4K.
I'm sure it's going to be popular. The Transformers have gone through generations. They all love them.
My nephews still play with them.
Yeah, same with mine, and they specifically like the old school ones.
They do. Toys were better back then.
They were. Less than 5 months after defeating Vecna this 22-year-old has graduated.
That's right. Stranger Things star Noah Schnapp shared these photos to social media, graduating from the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School with a business degree. That's not an easy school. He completed his schoolwork in between filming the final season of the hit show. He even lived in a dorm room, saying he wanted the real college experience.
Good for him. Yeah. Don't go all Hollywood on us.
No, it's good to have those experiences when you can.
Absolutely. One of Michael Jackson's most iconic songs is back at #1.
And it's coming more than 4 decades after it was initially released. Billie Jean tops Billboard's Global 200 chart this week, fueled in part, of course, by renewed interest from the new Michael Jackson biopic. The song climbed from number 65 just 3 weeks ago and now leads the charts after more than 51 million global streams in a single week. Billie Jean also sets a new record for the longest climb to #1 on the Global 200 chart, reaching the top in its 144th week on the list. It was originally released on Jackson's Thriller album in late 1982 and dominated the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 for 7 weeks.
Michael Jackson music, Transformers stand the test of time.
Yeah, it's true. They all age, yeah.
A showbiz legend is celebrating a pretty big birthday today.
Yes, the one and only Cher is turning 80. It's been decades of success for the goddess of pop, known for her iconic voice and bold fashion. From her 60s hit, I Got You Babe with Sonny Bono, to global hits of her own in the 80s and 90s, like If I Could Turn Back Time. And of course, the Grammy-winning dance track Believe. Cher's transition to acting also was a huge success. Of course, she won an Oscar in 1988 for her role in Moonstruck. Snap out of it. And at the 2026 Grammys, she was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Wow. You've got a great impression of Cher.
Thank you for lying, Marilyn.
I love the effort. All right. Thanks, Catherine.
You're welcome. And coming up tonight on your primetime lineup, catch Master Chef at 7. Next is The Floor at 8, and wrapping up The Big Bang Theory starting at 9. All right here tonight on CTV. Another check-in on traffic. Bit of a lineup along the Norwood Bridge, moving at a bit of a crawl there. Otherwise, roads look to be in decent shape. Nothing there to slow you down.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&Teak Spa Salon.
A rare sight was captured in the waters near Vancouver Island. A pod of white-sided dolphins were spotted stranded in a tidal pool. Take a look. Wildlife photographer Nick Thornton says he turned on his camera after realizing the mammals were not in distress and they were just waiting out the tide. He says staff members from the Department of Fisheries and Oceans were on site keeping people back and monitoring the situation. And don't worry, because that evening we're told high tide came in and those dolphins were able to swim back into the Strait of Georgia.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Bit of a stormy night ahead. However, the good news is it's going to be shorter lived than we once thought. You can see the culprit here, a disturbance that's pushed in from the west. And as we push in, you can see some inclement weather. Some non-severe thunderstorms hanging around Portage la Prairie. In fact, there's already a light rain shower being reported in that region. So as the evening progresses, as you can see in our futurecast, we'll likely see that system intensify. So as it rolls in, a good chance of some rainfall and some thunderstorm activity all throughout southern Manitoba. Non-severe thunderstorms, as mentioned, pretty scattered, but a good amount of rain nonetheless. And then as to more, and let's talk about northern Manitoba. A couple clouds here or there, maybe a spot of rain in more central regions, but for the most part, decently clear. Then as the evening progresses, we start to see it taper off and shift up to more central portions of our province. So that means that we have a decent shot here in Winnipeg on Thursday of it lifting in those early morning hours and leaving behind a mix of sun and cloud. However, it is likely to stick around in areas around Dolphin, Swan River, and Barons River as well. Northern Manitoba, you're sitting pretty under the sunshine. Lots of clear sunny skies for you and decent temperatures. That system, though, still lingering into the afternoon, particularly in the southwest, while we could be dealing with that mix of sun and cloud. And then from there, we're likely to see it lift nicely up to the northern parts of our province, leaving behind clearer skies overnight. And then we get some lovely sunshine on the way and some even lovelier temperatures. But we got to get through this first. 10 degrees is what we're looking at overnight. You'll notice that's considerably warmer than our overnight low from yesterday. I think we were at about freezing. That strong chance of rain and thunderstorms. Winds pretty strong out of the south at 20, gusting at times to 50 kilometers per hour. That low chance of showers continues to kick us off. 22 degrees tomorrow. So likely if we get rain, it'll be in the morning hours, and then into the afternoon, a mix of sun and cloud. Winds ramping up out of the south at 30, gusting at times to 50 kilometers per hour. I promise some warm temperatures, and wow, is Mother Nature delivering. Friday, sunny and clear with a high of 22 degrees, and those overnight lows, we're not losing a lot of heat. 12 degrees as skies stay partly cloudy. And then into Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 21 degrees. Sunday, we're starting a major upward trajectory. We're looking at about 25 degrees on Sunday with clear sunny skies. And if you can believe it, no, I didn't make a mistake here. 32 degrees expected on Monday, and Tuesday expected at 35 degrees, all under a mix of sun and cloud with some decently light winds. A caveat, this could still change. We're still pretty far out. Marilee's saying no, this is set in stone, but it's a pretty good chance we're getting a pretty strong warm-up. So for those who have been waiting for it, it's likely coming at the back half of this work week. Your Skywatch picture of the day, pretty cute, right? That's Wallace. Veronica has named this squirrel Wallace, getting a little visitor from this cute little bird. Thank you so much for sending that in, Veronica. And then this one takes us out to Selkirk there. Some pretty ominous looking clouds. I imagine your skies are looking equally gray there tonight. Thank you, Clifford, for submitting, and keep your weather pictures coming to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
Skywatch Weather Pick of the Day brought to you by Provivo, Winnipeg's first and only longevity medicine clinic. Redefining health, performance, and aesthetics. Provivo.com.
A farmer in Australia got the surprise of a lifetime when he went to make dinner for his housemates recently.
Dying. Only you got a pit frog for $1.99.
Oh, could you imagine? Reese Smoker found that frog in a bag of lettuce he was about to use for salad. They named the frog Greg. Not before they ate it, before they released him at a dam near their house. I guess you could say he definitely got his greens in for the day.
This is what I think is going on in Australia. That's what
I like frogs, but that might set me.
Not with my salad.
That's it. No salads in the house anymore. We're back at 6 with more local news. Hope to see you then.